Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of What's Cooking at Vincent Joe's. As always, we have their executive chef, Angelo Loria here, and I understand we've got a great Easter dish that you're gonna show us how to prepare, and I'm gonna try not to mess it up too bad.
Absolutely. Traditionally, especially for Italians, especially for a lot of Europeans, it's all about lamb for Easter. It's a one chance to really indulge, and we've got some great lamb offerings here at Vincent Joe's. We've got the premium lamb that we're getting from Border Spring Farms in Virginia. It's raised by a shepherd. There's still those around. They're grass-fed from birth till it's time to meet their maker.
Consumption,
exactly.
Yeah. A good way to put it.
But it's done right. It's done traditionally, and then the breed of lamb it's a European breed. So this breed, it looks like a bourbon barrel with fur on it. It's that round.
Oh, wow.
But they're extremely well tasted. You don't see a lot of this breed out there because the way they grow, it takes a longer amount of time. You have to be more nurturing with it. You can't just feed it like a lot of these other places are doing. So the shepherd out there, Shepherd Craig, does an awesome job in raising this. And we became aware of this lamb earlier this year, and he came out and some representatives came out and explained to us the way they do it and showed us. And once you taste the lamb, you're going to realize you've never had better lamb than this.
So this is something different than kind of what we did last year. This is a whole different kind of lamb.
Exactly, a whole different kind of lamb. The one last year was great. It was a Michigan spring lamb. But this year we're using this lamb from Virginia. Usually you hear lamb and you think, oh, it's from Colorado. It's got to be from Colorado. Well, you know what? The best lamb comes from Virginia, just like the best juices, the best oranges for juicing comes from Florida. The best strawberries come from Florida. So you find out where the best, and Michigan during the summer, but Florida has the great season. But best lamb in the U.S. comes from Virginia.
Virginia, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
See, you learn something every day.
Absolutely.
And this is one that looks really appetizing, even not cooked. I know it's not meant to be eaten raw, but I'm just really excited to get it going, just staring at it, salivating.
No, it's great. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make it simple. We're going to use one marinade for both lamb chops and for a roasted leg of lamb. We're gonna make the marinade you're going to make the marinade.
Oh,
it's super simple, and your ingredients are.
We've seen me fail at some very simple tasks before.
So you've got that. You got this. So your ingredients are all right here for the marinade. That's it.
So I'm set up for success.
You're set up for success.
That's
so
right.
what you're going to do is put in a little bit of rosemary. You can actually add all that rosemary in time.
All of it?
Fresh herbs, yep. The good thing about this is you can keep this in your fridge and you can marinate steaks with the chicken.
Ooh.
It's absolutely delicious.
So these are separate, or is it the same thing?
So you just added the rosemary, you added the thyme first thing. You can go ahead and add the garlic to it now.
Just get the little garlic smell on my fingers
Absolutely.
so I can smell it later and the rest of the day.
Garlic's one of those things that stay with you forever.
That's right.
And so
it's not a bad thing.
I'm going to pour and you're going to whisk. Whisk. So we're using extra virgin olive oil here. This will help it stick a little bit. This will give it some great flavor. And it's a quick marinade. If you're grilling your lamb chops outside, you want to make sure that you get this pretty dry. You get it marinated and take all the oil off, or it's going to have flare up. And it's not going to be fun.
Oh, it never is. Not that I know from experience. Is this correct whisking?
Yep.
All right. That's why I delayed. I was unsure of what to do.
But that's it. That's how simple it is to make a good marinade for your lamb. You're good.
Oh, all right. What do we say? Do we add any of this fine?
You know, we're going to add the salt and pepper after.
Okay.
Let's move this over here. So here at Vincent Joe's we have bone-in leg of lamb. We also have a boneless leg of lamb, which to me is easier to work with because you have to cut around the bone and it takes longer to cook. Right here, it was a bone-in leg of lamb. They boned it out for you here at the meat department.
Do they do that automatically, or do you have to ask for that?
You have to just ask them for it. And close to Easter, we'll have more of the boneless leg of lambs and then the counter too. It's always a good idea to order it ahead of time if you want a specific size instead of being here and kind of waiting. You just order what you want, head to catering, and we can have it all set for you.
I noticed real quick on here the little ink type. Is that how they label them?
This is right here lets you know that it's been federally inspected. So the USDA has to come out and inspect all cuts of meat. This right here is a vegetable dye. Okay. It's food. It's a consumable. You have to worry about it. The ingredients are proprietary to each dye maker, but it's vegetable grade. It's completely vegan.
Oh, so there you go. And I mean, if the USDA is putting it on there.
Exactly.
It's meant for consumption.
So we all trust our
look at
government.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, this looks really good.
So the leg used to, the bone used to stay in there, but you take it apart, just like this. The first thing you want to do is throw in some seasoning. So just salt and pepper.
That's all what the seasoning is. Salt and
That's just
pepper.
salt and pepper.
Easy and sounds fancy.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's Easter. You know, you're coming back from whether you're going to church or having people over. You don't want to spend a lot of time doing anything. If you can do this ahead of time. You can get this all marinated, dressed up, ready to go ahead of time, and just put in the oven before church. About an hour and a half later, you should be good to go.
You can leave the oven on when you leave.
Yeah, it matters how comfortable you are as
If
a
your
cook.
dog is fire trained, you can put it out just in case.
So we're gonna add that on there.
Just rub it in.
Just rub it in. And when it comes to something like this, it's always good to feel in here. Sometimes there's some cartilage or something left in.
You can just pull it out.
So you can pull it out, yeah. And it would be, it's great to do it the night before too, because that marinade will really penetrate in here, but you're still gonna get great flavor out of something like this. You're gonna flip it over. And now you're gonna season the top part. And don't worry folks, Nick's gonna be cooking the lamb chops we're making, so.
Yeah, don't worry. You won't have to enjoy this that I put out. Or you will enjoy this, maybe not so much what I create. Just kidding. Just kidding. All
So we
right.
got that. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie it.
Like a shoe?
Like a shoe. So we've got some string.
Yeah, this is quite complex. Good thing you're leaving me with the stuff that's already pre-sliced and cut.
But if you can tie a knot,
I
you can
can't
do
even
this.
tie shoes. Mine are Velcro.
They do actually make food grade.
Velcro?
Not food grade Velcro, but food grade rubber bands.
See, now we're barking up the right tree.
And you just want to tie it to get it all one diameter. If it's too many different diameters in there, if it's thick on one side, thin on the other side, it's going to end up not cooking properly. You're gonna have raw and overcooked, all in the same piece of meat.
Yeah, we don't want any of that.
Nope. Simple as that. And tying a little knot.
And you can put this in the oven with the tie, obviously.
Yes. Yep.
You just got to remember to take it off before you eat it.
Before you eat it, yeah. But it could add a little bit. It could be quite fibrous if you don't.
Yeah, you know, some built-in floss.
Exactly. And they do sell a netting as well, where you can kind of push it through a netting and it kind of brings it all in together. Simple as that. Get this all set. So it's all
Even.
one diameter, it's
Yeah.
even. We'll take this. We're gonna add a little bit more marinade to the top of the lamb.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff right there, let me tell you.
Rub it in a little bit more. If you want to throw a little bit of salt and pepper right on top,
You know it.
just to give it a little bit more. And this part right here is going to turn golden brown. It's going to kind of render down a little bit too, so it's going to cook with all these flavors on it. You add some roasted potatoes about an hour and a half in. We're hour and 10 minutes in. We've got beautiful roasted potatoes in here. You know, it's
It's a whole spread.
a whole spread. It's
Yeah.
delicious. It's super easy.
And you can impress the family when they
Exactly.
come over for brunch or
And then
dinner.
from here, you put it in the oven, and you're good to go.
Look at that.
You want to open that up for me?
You know it.
Please. 325, about an hour and a half. Give you about 120 internal temperature, 120
And after
degrees.
an hour and a half, do you check it, make sure
I check it
everything's
after
good?
an hour, see everything. You know, if it's getting too brown, you might want to cover it up with some foil so it doesn't get overly brown.
And then after that, you pull it out. Do you let it cool? Is there a cooling period?
You let it rest. That's a great question. You let it rest to make sure that all the juices are able to come back into it, and when you cook it, when you cut it open, it'll be nice and tender.
And then enjoy, right?
Enjoy. Yep.
Excellent.
All right. Next thing on the menu this time, you're doing all the work. Are the lamb chops. The Border Spring lamb chops. If you look at them, you see this little bit of fat on here. This will melt off. This is going to taste so sweet.
I love fat.
It's delicious. Again, this is in our fresh start class. You probably shouldn't eat that, but you'll see there'll be a little bit of meat in between here as well.
You know what? I didn't go to the class, so I'm allowed to eat it, right?
So the best way to do it is cut them up ahead of time. And then you don't want to marinate these too long. You don't want to marinate them overnight. Just a half hour, or even immediately would be fine. It doesn't take much. It's not like you're cooking a whole roast where you need to let it sit for a while. So the first thing you're going to do, Nick, is you're going to put a little bit of salt and pepper on it.
I can do that. More?
A little bit more than the ones you missed. Perfect. Perfect. And now what we're going to do here is swirl, swirl, swirl.
Swirl.
So rosemary, garlic, thyme, olive oil. That's what I grew up on in our Italian house. This is how we made our lamb every year. It was delicious, and it was always so fresh, very fresh.
I love that smell.
This is a great marinade for everything, but for lamb, this is what we do. I don't like putting lemon juice on it right now.
Yeah, I see these here. I was about to ask.
I like putting out right when it comes out. You hit it with a little bit of lemon juice, and that way it stays fresh. You put lemon juice on here, you could end up almost cooking it, because sometimes the acid will cook the meat.
Makes it a little tough.
It might make it a little tough, a little chewy, and it won't make it as flavorful as it should be. So now that we got
add
these,
that after.
Add that after. For me, do what you want.
No, I trust you. I can barely make cereal, so.
And what's always great too, you can even almost make like your own little sauce after. So you have the same sort of stuff we put in here: the thyme, the rosemary, the garlic, the olive oil, a little bit of lemon juice, and some dried Sicilian oregano. You see those ones kind of hanging from...
like this here?
No, that's rosemary.
I knew that.
But the Sicilian oregano you put in there too, so now you have just a simple sauce you'll be putting on top of the lamb.
Great.
A dipping sauce for the most part. All right, let's get this out of the way and let's get cooking.
Let's get it started.
I'm gonna put this in front of us so we're not reaching.
Should I turn this off?
Yeah.
See?
So the most important thing is you want to make sure your grill is hot. If you're grilling outside, your pan's hot. If you're grilling outside, please be sure to take the oil off. You're gonna have tons of flare up if you don't. Pat off as much oil as you can. It's marinated. You can use a little bit of pan release spray to make sure it doesn't stick. The most important thing is not to have too much oil in there, because you'll have flare ups and.
Are we gonna have flare ups here today?
You know what? We're gonna find out.
It's the best part.
I'm gonna put that by you, Nick.
Great.
And when you're gonna lay them down, it's gonna be super simple. Just like that.
Easy enough.
Yep, go ahead and lay them all out.
So I get it closer to.
Yep, perfect. And that's perfect. We don't want to overcrowd the pan, so we just keep it like this. You'll be amazed at how quick this cooks up. It
Really?
smells great.
There's this one smell that no one could have dead eyes around, no matter what.
No way.
I'm awake. This is the one where you're laying on the couch or in
Exactly.
bed, and someone starts cooking this, and you just wake up.
It
and
would
go to
make
the
your
kitchen.
eyes open wide up. Yep.
Wide.
Wide, very wide. So you're gonna cook it for probably 2 minutes. That's how done you want it, but about 2 minutes per side. And I like having the little cross dashes on there too, let people know if you use the grill pan or you're grilling outside. So what you're gonna do is make sure you got your marks on there, and these do already.
There they are.
You're just gonna turn it 90 degrees to get the marks, just like that.
Oh, you don't want the mark.
No, you want to have the grill marks on it. The little cross hashes.
Yeah.
called.
Okay.
You can finish that up. Just move all of them over.
There we go. Yep.
You're doing great, Nick.
Yeah. Oop.
There you go.
Look at that. It only
Something
took
as
me
simple
much
as
longer
that.
than you.
You're going to be on the grill anyways, and grill is actually Latin for people able to partake in an alcoholic beverage outside. That's all. It's grilling.
That's what it is.
Latin. Yep.
And I'm there.
That's a Latin term for that.
I like Latin.
Grilling is the very simple way to cook. The most important thing is you got your grill at the right temperature. So if you're doing something that's a little thicker, you want to have your searing side and have indirect heat on the other side. Here, this is super quick. We want direct heat throughout the cooking process because it's not going to take a long time. Now you can go ahead and
Flip them?
flip them. Start with your first one.
All right. There we go.
That's beautiful, Nick.
Yeah, that's right. It's an art form. Alright, there we go. Look at me. Alright, there's some little more. Look at I'm putting my body into
I
it.
know you really.
Woo. Can you tell I'm a very experienced cook? Look at that.
That looks great. Just want to make sure you get the.
Yeah. Oh, get it all down
Get it
there.
all down there,
So
too?
it actually cooks.
So, and you don't want to push down on it either. You let all the juices out too. The smell, again, I wish there was a way to put this on TV and how great it smells.
Yep.
And the sweetness of what you're smelling is partly due because of the lamb is such high quality lamb. You start off with good products. You add some simple ingredients to it, and you're good to go. You don't have to do all the fancy stuff and marinating it for 140 hours or sous videing it. All you have to do is have good products, good fresh products like we sell here at Vincent Joe's, and cook it so you don't teach it a lesson and you're good. Simple ingredients.
I like the smell though. Instead of Snapchat, we could get smell chat. How follow us or what's cooking. It's not real, so don't do it.
We're patenting that right now though,
Yep.
folks.
Yep, we're working on it. I would have still been angling my body for the first one if I was doing that.
So it's like almost like what's that movie? The Matrix. We kind of
The lamb tricks. All right, I'll hold these for you.
And the thing is, if you're cooking these, if people like them at different temperatures, someone likes them cooked a little less or a little more. I cook them all to medium rare. Someone wants.
That's how the most flavor that way.
If someone wants it to cook a little more, have your oven on. You can throw them in the oven and bring the temperature up. If someone wants it cooked well done, you should send them over to a place that sells like gyros, and they can get a gyro that's fully cooked.
I was going to say send them out the door. So you're already getting the plate ready. These are cooking real fast.
They're cooking very
almost
fast
done.
too. It was not edited for TV or anything.
No.
And you can tell like how juicy they are. The meat's staying firm. And the best thing about this is when we put it on there, the eye was that big and the eye didn't shrink down.
Not at all.
A lot of times too, you'll have things, meat that has been soaked in something, and by the time when you cook it, it'll shrink down and it just won't be the same. Won't have the same look. It won't have the same flavor that you're expecting out of it. It'll be extremely disappointing. So let's go ahead and pull those off and put them on the plate.
Oops, sorry about that.
No worries.
How's my presentation?
That's absolutely beautiful. And you go ahead and throw those other three on there.
You know it.
We're gonna put a little bit of lemon juice right on top. And a little bit more, because I love lemon.
We're gonna have some good eats this Easter.
Absolutely,
Here.
and here you go.
Might as well start calling it Easter with what we're cooking up today.
And that's how simple it has to be. So you go to church or you have people over, you come home, you marinate it, you get the table set, you're outside, by the time that grill's hot, you can throw those on there and you're good to go.
Look at that. Easy as that. And man, I'm just staring at these things, smelling these things.
And the rule of thumb is you should let it rest a little bit, but if you're
me, you swallow it whole.
Do you need a fork?
Yeah, I'll be classy today. Maybe after we stop shooting, I'll
Keep it classy,
Neanderthal
San
up,
Diego.
but right now I'll classify.
So that's for you. Here's a knife for you.
All right. Let it air out a little bit?
No,
or
you're good.
it won't burn?
That'll be hot, but
Yeah. Nothing I can't handle, right?
Yeah, no, I've seen you do well.
You've seen me pretend to like a lot of stuff. All right. Well, look how easy that is to cut, too.
Yep. They're on the bone there.
Yep, that's why. I was like, wait a minute, as I'm saying this.
Probably best cut would be like just like that.
Yeah. Cutting 101. There we go. Yeah, wow. Maybe I am a Neanderthal. Look at how I cut. All right, here we go. Cut, not pull. Moment of truth, eh?
It's up to you. Nick.
It's up to you. Here we go.
Lamb by Nick.
Oh,
Isn't that great?
no, yeah, 10 out of 10 Nicks approved, let me tell you. That's absolutely stunning.
Get these bad boys going here. And again, super simple. Flavors are there. The lamb is, I'm telling you, it's the best tasted lamb that that there is out there, that I've come across. From our butcher to the ownership to our general manager, everyone who's tried it said they've never had a lamb that's this good.
This is, and again, it's all available here at Vincent Joe's. You
Yep.
go to the meat counter.
Go to the meat counter, ask for the Border Springs lamb. Absolutely delicious. We sell the whole rack together, so you just buy one rack and you're good to go. It's a premium lamb, so it's going to be a little bit more of expensive. However, you can't beat the flavor that's behind it.
You really can, I'll tell you right
And
now.
zero waste. This right here was out of the package and onto the plate into marinade. We didn't have to trim anything off. It's all good.
You'll have these available all the way up until Easter?
We'll have these available year round.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you again for teaching me how to kind of cook, I guess you could say, or more importantly, letting me try these great recipes that you always provide for us. And happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you, Nick.
And
happy Easter to all your viewers.
Yeah, and to everyone out there, thank you for watching another edition of What's Cooking at Vincent Joe's Gourmet Market.